Good morning, everyone. Welcome to part 3 of study skills. So today, like I mentioned last lesson, we're going to talk about what scouting reports are, okay? Typically, they're used in sports. So a scouting report in sports is essentially like studying the other team before you face them so that you know what to expect, okay? So you would determine which plays or which skills that they have so that you can best prepare as a team that is going to play against them. So we are going to think and go over an example of a scouting report in school and what that looks like for you as students, okay? And how the scouting report in sports relates to what it looks like in school every day. So here's an example of the scouting report saving the day, essentially, right? So we have two hockey teams, the USA and Russia. And back in the 1980s, the 1980 Olympics, no one expected the Americans to win. The Russian team had 6 gold medals, and the U.S. had 0. At that time, they had a secret weapon, and this is what they called the scouting report. So this is what we're talking about today. So to create this scouting report, the Team USA spent hundreds of hours watching the Russians play and figuring out their strengths and weaknesses, okay? I don't know if ever you've been on a sports team, but if your coach has ever encouraged you to sit down and watch a recording of the other team playing, that's what you're doing essentially. You're picking out what are they good at, who are their best players, who should we look out for. So the scouting report showed that the Russians spaced themselves very far from each other, and they also hit the opposing team against the walls pretty frequently, so they were pretty aggressive. So using this information, Team USA made a plan to take the Russians' strategy apart. So Team USA won in one of the greatest upsets in Olympic history. You can do the same thing for your classes. So you can create your own scouting report and get the critical information at the very beginning so you can avoid the traps like we did using the map in the video game, okay? You can get better grades and you can win more often, okay? So this is an example of a sports team using a scouting report and how it paid off. So what I'm going to have you do is consider what it looks like in a school. How does this help me? Like if you don't play sports, you're like, what this is nothing. What is this, right? No, it can be helpful in a lot of aspects of our lives. Okay, so here is the scouting report, what it would look like for you. Okay, so for example, if beginning of the year you're starting a new class with a new teacher, here's just some things you may want to know. The class name. Is it biology? Is it geography? Is it math? Your teacher's name? What supplies do I need for this class? Do I need pencils or pens, or do my teachers provide that for me? Like what is that going to look like? Do I have, like, in order to be prepared, I have to know what I have to bring every day. What grade am I aiming for in this class? This is a good way to set, you're setting these SMART goals. We talked about SMART goals. So what grade do you hope to get? This is setting your goal. How will it be calculated? So, in Schoology, you guys are very familiar with the process and product grades. So how much of your grade is going to be this, and how much of your grade is going to be that? How much are you expected to participate? What about attendance? Attendance matters. So that's a good way to break down. Okay, this is like planning it out beforehand, right? What challenges could prevent me from obtaining the grade I want? So the reason why we ask ourselves what challenges could prevent me from attaining the grade I want beforehand is because if we can anticipate these, we can prepare for them, right? Okay, and then how would I avoid? So you're recognizing the challenges, okay? And then you're understanding, or you're asking yourself, how will I overcome them? So if and or when this barrier or this challenge comes up, what am I going to do about it so that I could still reach my goal? Okay, so this is what a scouting report looks like for school. So I know you're already halfway into this semester. So this isn't really relevant. You're already very much aware of what you need for your class. But I would encourage you to take some time in your journals and write down these things for your class that you're in, or any of your classes. Okay, maybe it's a class that you're struggling in, and you wanna consider or think a little bit about those challenges and how you can overcome them. Okay, So for the rest of this class period, for the rest of advisory, I'd like for you to just write this down. Think of a class that you're currently in and take down this information so that you can better prepare moving forward. Okay? Thanks, guys. Have a good day. See you next time.